Toyota Hilux. When you talk about legends in the automotive world, there's one name that refuses to fade away no matter how many decades go by: the Toyota Hilux. This is not just a pickup truck, it's a symbol of endurance, toughness, and reliability that has become part of global culture. Across deserts, mountains, jungles, war zones, and bustling city streets, the Hilux stands as a machine that never gives up. Its story is not just about metal and mechanics, it's about human ambition, adventure, and the will to build something indestructible. The journey of the Toyota Hilux began back in 1968, when Toyota wanted to create a compact pickup that could blend the rugged capability of a workhorse with the comfort and usability of a passenger car. At that time, pickup trucks were mostly crude machines, designed for farmers, laborers, and construction sites. But Toyota envisioned something different: a truck that could handle hard labor during the week and still be civil enough to take the family out on weekends. That's how the first Hilux was born, and from that moment on, the automotive world would never be the same. The first generation Hilux, launched in March 1968, was built in collaboration with Hino Motors, another Japanese manufacturer with strong expertise in trucks. It was a simple rear-wheel drive pickup powered by a modest 1.5-liter four-cylinder engine producing about 77 horsepower, but it was dependable, comfortable, and more refined than most of its rivals. Toyota named it Hilux, a combination of high and luxury. The idea was clear: it wasn't meant to be just another utilitarian vehicle, it was meant to raise the bar. Through the 1970s, Toyota kept improving the Hilux generation after generation. By 1972, the second generation arrived with better comfort and improved engines. It was longer, tougher, and more capable off-road. And in 1975, Toyota introduced the Hilux with a long bed, perfect for carrying heavy cargo while maintaining a balanced ride. It became the pickup of choice for small businesses and farmers all over Asia, Africa, and South America. People started to realize that this little truck could take an unbelievable amount of abuse and still keep going. The real legend of the Hilux started to form during the late 1970s and early 1980s when Toyota introduced the first four-wheel drive versions. Suddenly, the Hilux was not just a city pickup, it became an off-road icon. The third-generation Hilux, launched in 1978, offered true go-anywhere capability. Powered by torquey diesel and petrol engines, it could climb steep hills, ford rivers, and handle terrains that would break most vehicles. Around this time, adventurers, explorers, and military forces across the world began adopting the Hilux as their trusted companion. By the 1980s, Toyota had turned the Hilux into a global phenomenon. In Australia, Africa, and the Middle East, the Hilux became a household name. Farmers relied on it to transport livestock and supplies across massive ranches. Adventurers drove it through deserts, jungles, and icy tundras. Even in war zones, the Hilux gained a reputation as a tough and dependable vehicle. Journalists and military experts started calling it the pickup that conquered the world. In the 1980s and 1990s, the Hilux began to evolve into something more sophisticated. Toyota realized that many people loved its toughness but wanted more comfort and refinement. So, the company started improving the cabin with better seats, air conditioning, and quieter interiors. The Hilux was no longer just a tool, it was becoming a lifestyle vehicle. The 1983 model brought a fresh new design with square lines, improved suspension, and more powerful engines, while the introduction of the double cab model made it perfect for families and adventurers alike. When the fourth and fifth generations rolled out, Toyota started experimenting with better materials, electronic fuel injection, and improved ride comfort. The 1988 fifth generation introduced new diesel engines, a more refined cabin, and greater reliability. The Hilux began to dominate markets like Australia, Thailand, and South Africa, places known for their harsh conditions. People discovered that no matter what you threw at it, extreme heat, sand, rain, mud, or snow, the Hilux would just keep running. By the 1990s, the Hilux had already cemented its legacy. But Toyota wasn't done. The sixth generation, launched in 1997, took the formula to another level. It was tougher, bigger, and offered modern creature comforts like power windows, better sound insulation, and improved safety. It became more than just a pickup, it became a symbol of trust. People would buy a Hilux and keep it for decades, handing it down through generations. In the early 2000s, Toyota decided to split the Hilux line into two main characters, one aimed at heavy-duty commercial use and another aimed at personal use. This strategy allowed Toyota to make the Hilux more versatile than ever. The seventh generation, launched in 2004, was a turning point. Built on Toyota's IMV platform, the same one used for the Fortuner and Innova, it became a truly global product. Manufactured in multiple countries, the Hilux adapted to every market's needs. Whether it was diesel or petrol, manual or automatic, single cab or double cab, the Hilux became whatever its driver needed it to be. This seventh-generation Hilux became a worldwide hit. It offered more power, better efficiency, and improved comfort while retaining its legendary durability. The diesel engines, particularly the 3.0-liter D4D, became famous for their torque and reliability. It was during this time that the Hilux started gaining a cult following on television as well. Shows like Top Gear put the Hilux to the ultimate test. They dropped it from a building, drowned it in the ocean, set it on fire, and even placed it on top of a demolished tower block. Every time, the Hilux survived. That series of challenges solidified its global status as the indestructible truck. Moving into the 2010s, Toyota kept refining the Hilux without compromising its core values. The eighth generation arrived in 2015, boasting a more aggressive design, improved ride quality, and new technologies. The Hilux now had modern infotainment systems, advanced safety features, and a cabin that could rival many SUVs. But beneath the comfort and tech, it was still a warrior. The chassis was tougher, the engines were cleaner and stronger, and the suspension was designed to handle both highways and unpaved trails. Under the hood, engines like the 2.4-liter and 2.8-liter turbo diesel became popular choices. They offered strong torque for towing and off-roading while being efficient enough for daily driving. Toyota also focused on improving ride comfort. The new Hilux used advanced suspension geometry to reduce vibration and enhance stability. People who used to think of the Hilux as a work truck started realizing it could easily double as a daily family car. One of the most remarkable things about the Hilux story is how it has managed to adapt to so many environments and cultures. In Australia, it's the top-selling vehicle year after year. In Thailand, it's a national favorite, often modified into sporty street trucks. In Africa, it's the ultimate survival vehicle used by farmers, aid workers, and explorers. In Europe and South America, it's respected for its durability and versatility. The Hilux has become more than just a machine, it's a partner for life. When you drive a Hilux, there's a certain confidence that comes with it. It's not flashy or loud, it's quietly powerful. You know that whatever road lies ahead, be it muddy trails, flooded streets, or mountain passes, the Hilux will take you there and bring you back. That's why so many people across generations trust it more than any other vehicle. In recent years, Toyota has added even more personality to the Hilux lineup. The Hilux Revo, Hilux Rogue, and Hilux GR Sport editions bring sportier looks, upgraded interiors, and improved off-road performance. These models combine the raw toughness of a traditional Hilux with the style and features demanded by modern buyers. The GR Sport, for example, carries Gazoo racing DNA, the same motorsport expertise behind Toyota's Rally and Le Mans cars, giving the Hilux sharper handling, unique suspension tuning, and bold aesthetics. The Hilux has also made its mark in motorsport. From rally raids to endurance races, it has proven its mettle on the world stage. In the famous Dakar Rally, the Hilux has become a serious contender. Toyota Gazoo Racing's specially built Hilux conquered some of the harshest environments on Earth, from the scorching dunes of Saudi Arabia to the rocky tracks of South America. In 2019, the Hilux made history when it won the Dakar Rally with Nasser Al Attiyah behind the wheel, a moment that symbolized Toyota's commitment to durability and performance. As we move into the era of electrification, Toyota is carefully planning the future of the Hilux. The company has hinted at hybrid and even hydrogen versions in development. The goal is to keep the Hilux's spirit alive while making it cleaner and more efficient for the modern world. Imagine a Hilux that's silent, powerful, and eco-friendly, capable of tackling rough terrain without leaving a heavy carbon footprint. That's the next chapter waiting to unfold. But beyond all the specs, updates, and generations, the Hilux's true strength lies in the trust it has built over decades. In remote villages where spare parts are rare, you'll still find old Hilux trucks running like they did decades ago. In disaster-stricken regions, aid workers rely on them to deliver supplies where no other vehicle can reach. In cities, business owners use them to transport goods daily. The Hilux has proven, time and again, that it's not just a product, it's a promise. The durability of the Hilux is often described in almost mythical terms. Mechanics tell stories of Hilux trucks that have crossed 500,000 kilometers with minimal maintenance. Owners share tales of accidents and disasters where the truck refused to quit. There's something emotional about that kind of reliability. It creates a bond between driver and machine that's rare in today's world of disposable technology. Inside the latest Hilux, you can feel Toyota's decades of learning. The design is both functional and stylish. The dashboard is modern, intuitive, and built with high-quality materials. The seats are supportive and comfortable for long journeys. You get features like a touchscreen infotainment system, smartphone connectivity, and advanced driver assistance systems including lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control, and automatic emergency braking. These features make the Hilux not just capable, but safe and intelligent. Performance-wise, the modern Hilux is a beast in disguise. The 2.8-liter turbo diesel engine pumps out up to 204 horsepower and 500 Nm of torque, giving it incredible pulling power. Whether you're towing a trailer, climbing a steep hill, or overtaking on a highway, the Hilux delivers smooth and consistent strength. Its 6-speed transmission, manual or automatic, is tuned for both power and efficiency. Off-road, features like electronic differential locks, hill start assist, and downhill assist control give the driver total confidence. The suspension setup, with independent double wishbones up front and leaf springs at the rear, ensures that the Hilux can carry heavy loads while remaining stable and composed. Over the years, Toyota engineers have refined this formula to make the ride surprisingly smooth even on rough roads. It's not just about brute force, it's about balance. The Hilux feels equally at home on a construction site and on a highway cruise. Styling-wise, the Hilux has evolved dramatically. The bold front grille, LED headlights, muscular fenders, and high ground clearance give it an unmistakable presence. It looks powerful even when standing still. The latest GR Sport variants push this even further, with blacked-out trims, unique wheels, and sport-tuned suspension. Every line of the Hilux's design communicates one message: strength with purpose. The Hilux has always been more than a product of Toyota's engineering, it's a reflection of the brand's philosophy. Toyota believes in Kaizen, continuous improvement, and the Hilux is a perfect example. Each generation has built upon the lessons of the previous one, improving durability, comfort, performance, and efficiency. It's the result of decades of testing in the harshest conditions and feedback from millions of loyal owners. It's fascinating how the Hilux connects people across cultures. In Australia, it's affectionately called the Ute. In Africa, it's a symbol of survival. In Asia, it's a backbone of small businesses. In the Middle East, it's part of the landscape, a reliable companion that can cross the desert without complaint. And everywhere it goes, it earns respect. As the automotive world moves toward automation and electric power, there's something timeless about the Hilux. It reminds us of the value of simplicity, strength, and dependability. It's not about fancy gadgets or extreme luxury, it's about the confidence that, no matter what happens, your truck will keep going. That's why so many people remain emotionally attached to their Hilux. It's not uncommon to find families that have owned several generations, passing down the keys like a family heirloom. In the world of off-roading, few names command as much respect as the Hilux. Whether it's climbing rocky trails, crossing rivers, or surviving extreme weather, it handles it all. Many off-road enthusiasts choose the Hilux because it's easy to modify, incredibly reliable, and supported by a vast global network of parts and service centers. From lifted suspensions to snorkels and winches, the Hilux is a blank canvas for adventure. It's worth noting how Toyota tests the Hilux before releasing it to the public. The development team takes prototypes to some of the harshest environments on the planet: deserts of the Middle East, icy roads of Europe, muddy jungles of Southeast Asia, and rugged trails of Australia. These tests ensure that every Hilux can withstand anything. Toyota's engineers often say that if a part can survive Hilux testing, it can survive anywhere. Now, as we look toward the future, Toyota has already begun experimenting with electrification in pickups. The Hilux Revo BEV concept, an all-electric version, was unveiled recently, signaling Toyota's intention to take the Hilux into the next generation of clean energy. The company is also developing hybrid versions to balance power, efficiency, and environmental responsibility. Even as technology changes, the essence of the Hilux, strength, reliability, and endurance, will remain untouched. The Hilux story is more than 50 years long and still going strong. Few vehicles can claim such a legacy. It has survived trends, crises, wars, and revolutions in automotive design. It has earned the trust of millions of people across every continent. It's not just a truck, it's a companion, a tool, a hero, and sometimes even a lifeline. When you think about the Hilux, you think about dusty trails, sunrise over mountains, and the roar of a diesel engine echoing through open landscapes. You think about the sense of freedom that comes from knowing you can go anywhere. You think about the moments when everything else failed, but your Hilux didn't. That's what makes it special. Even today, in 2025, the Hilux continues to dominate its segment. Competing against modern rivals like the Ford Ranger, Nissan Navara, and Isuzu D-Max, it still holds its ground firmly. Customers choose it because they know it's tried, tested, and proven. Toyota's constant updates keep it relevant, improved infotainment, upgraded safety, and even better refinement, while never losing its soul. The Hilux has truly become part of global culture. It's featured in movies, documentaries, and countless songs. It's a truck that people write stories about because it's been part of so many lives. Whether it's a construction worker in South Africa, a farmer in Australia, a soldier in the Middle East, or an adventurer in South America, the Hilux means the same thing everywhere: unbreakable trust. As technology continues to evolve, Toyota knows that the Hilux must keep up with changing times without losing its identity. That's why the next Hilux will likely combine advanced hybrid systems with cutting-edge safety and connectivity features while keeping that same indestructible body-on-frame construction. It will continue to serve as the link between the old world of pure mechanical toughness and the new world of sustainable innovation. So when you see a Toyota Hilux passing by, remember, that's not just a pickup truck. That's half a century of engineering excellence, countless human stories, and a legend that refuses to die. From muddy trails to polished highways, from construction sites to family drives, from the 1960s to the electric age, the Hilux has done it all. And as we move forward, one thing is certain: no matter what powers it, petrol, diesel, hybrid, or electric, the Hilux will always carry the same unbreakable DNA. It will always be ready to face the unknown, to explore new horizons, and to keep proving that true toughness is timeless. That's the spirit of the Toyota Hilux, a legend built to last forever.